Hey, it's Wednesday. Wednesday night, actually. Didn't get a chance to record this morning like I should have. When you're trying to do something that God kind of wants you to do, sometimes things get in the way and get into your thoughts and your mind, but you got to be strong enough to try to fight it off and still continue to do the things that God wants you to do. My mind was kind of going and like so many things, talk about this, talk about that, talk about this, talk about that. But as it was doing it, it was like God wasn't really saying for me to talk about those things. And then all of a sudden tonight, watching a little show I was watching, the word journey came up. So the word for Wednesday is a journey. God has all of us on some sort of a journey. And while we're on this journey, we got to realize that he gives us choices to do what he wants us to do. And then if we don't, then that's when the consequences come in. So if you don't do things that needs to be done, he normally finds a way to get them done through you, or if he have to skip you and go through somebody else, his will is going to get done no matter what. But you got to search your journey, see where you're going, see what it's about. Try to find the way that you're supposed to be going. Talk to God and say, God, what is it that you got me doing in this life? Where am I going? Why am I going this way? To make sure that you pick the right way a lot more than you pick the wrong way. Everybody's not perfect. Sometimes we hear God speak, and sometimes we choose to not hear him speak and to go off and do what we want to do, what we feel comfortable with. Because a lot of times doing the things that God wants us to do on our journey is kind of uncomfortable. So we kind of pause and we decide to wait, and we're like, nah, I'll do that later, or I ain't gonna do it, or some of that nature, which is all right, because when it all boils down to it, you're human. You have feelings, you have fear, and you have things that some people and some Christians may say you shouldn't have, but we all have it, no matter how close to God we get. Some days we ain't as tough as what we would want to be. But if we keep going down the journey, we get tougher and tougher. One thing today, I was thinking about something that I heard on a YouTube video I was listening to, and it had something to do with Mary. And I was like, why would God pick a child to have Jesus born with? Because apparently she was either 14, 15, 16 years old at the time, and I was like, wow, she was supposed to be a virgin, I would think. But back then things was a little different, and they were able to do things that our kids today can't do or shouldn't do in our eyes. But I called one of my buddies, and she told me, she said, Austin, you got to realize that everybody's journey is not the same. And then when you finally pick to follow God's journey, you choose to follow God's journey, and you accept everything that comes with his journey, he's going to use you to the fullest. So Mary accepted it at a young age. She accepted the fact that she was doing something for God, and she had to do it. And that made her the vessel that was able to produce a child. So I say that to say that with everybody's journey being different, sometimes it ain't gonna seem right. Sometimes you're gonna be like, this is not right at all, or why this had to happen to this person or that person. One thing we got to realize, we ain't with everybody 24 hours a day. We don't know what they've done or haven't done, or we only go by what we see when we see it. But whatever their relationship was with God, who knows how many times they didn't do what they were supposed to do, or family curses too. I believe that has something to do with it too, as far as things that may happen and we think that they shouldn't. Sometimes somebody else provoked these things to happen because they didn't do what they were supposed to do along their journey. It's wild because we affect each other and we don't even know that we are affecting each other for real. A lot of us are more selfish, and we don't try to be selfish, but you're just thinking about yourself a lot of times. And I think we have to realize that when we're on this earth, we are here not just for ourselves. It's other people's paths that we will cross, and we got to leave some kind of impression on them. So we don't know who we're gonna meet along this journey, but a lot of people you meet, you were supposed to meet. You might not talk to them every day, or you might only meet them one time, but your one time made their life so much better, or the words that you used made them happy or smile for that moment. And some people don't forget. Some people remember, like, man, I remember when I met this dude. I might not remember his name, but he or she did this one thing that made my day. That's the journey we on. We here to help others. We here to show others the routes to go, to give other people the examples of what to be while we on this journey. And then when it comes to other people, what kind of lasting impression do you want to leave? While I'm on my journey, I want to leave impressions of love and kindness and funniness and being able to make you happy, and when you don't think you can be, get you closer to God as I can, let you walk this walk with me, and I'm willing to walk the same walk with you, because we need each other on this journey. Boy, my friend, I always say, boy, people just don't know how hard this really is. But it's a task. But in the end, it always turns out to be a wonderful thing. You know what I mean? As long as you're doing what God asks you to do. So figure out your journey. Figure out your purpose. Figure out what God has you here for. And take that journey and get to where you need to be. And don't die holding on to the things that you should have given to someone else. Get out here. Let's take that leap of faith. Jump. If it's time for you to jump, go jump. If God telling you to go try something and you hesitating, don't hesitate. If you hear his voice, go ahead and do it. Because whatever you decide may help somebody else get to where they need to be. Now, will everything work when we jump off that cliff or whatever? Some things won't work. But that don't mean that it ain't other things out here. It ain't other people's paths that you're supposed to cross while you're jumping that can probably get you to the next level of the things that you want. So the key to it all is just accepting your journey. Mary accepted her journey. She took it on with a pure heart of, we're gonna go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and make this right. So I ask that you accept your journey once you figure out what it is, and figure it out soon, because I'm in that same boat of trying to figure mine out and where I'm supposed to go and what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm listening, and sometimes I think I'm done shut my ears off too sometimes, because some of the things that's being said do make you nervous, and like I said, make you scared sometimes. But don't be scared. Get up. Let's go. Let's make it work. You need help, ask somebody. If it ain't what you think it should be, ask somebody that probably been where you been. It's nothing like talking to somebody that knows what you're going through. Talk to them so you can make your journey an awesome journey, an awesome walk, not just for you, but for others too. And I think the biggest key to it all is to hear God say, well done. Make a mistake, you get up, Try to make things better by fixing that mistake. One more thing. Try to find out what it is that makes you do the things that you do. If you're angry, if you're sad, if you're depressed, anything of that nature, try to figure out what it is that sparked those things, what makes those things happen, and then go back and try to figure out if you can deal with it and change it, and maybe even if it's somebody that did it, you go talk to that somebody and y'all can make amends, because you don't want to hold on to things while you're on your journey, because that'll make you miss things too. That'll make you pause on things too. So that's it. Hope y'all have a good night tonight. God is love, and that makes me love, and I love all of you. That's it. Just make sure you sleep good, dream good, and get up tomorrow and let that sun shine on your face and realize I'm still here. So that means I got another chance to make my journey better. And I'm out.